Part 4, World War II Museum. Come on by. I might make you famous when I post you on YouTube. Nobody has a sense of humor anymore. Like, damn. Excuse the language. YouTube, sorry. This is a new exhibit of Merchant Marine. There's parts of New Orleans. Deutsche Kriegsmarine. Liberty ships, which were built in Mobile, Alabama, here in New Orleans as well. Most boats that were made in New Orleans were the Higgins boats, landing craft boats. Oh, let's go into this one right here. There ain't nothing over there. He's like, what's over here? Nothing, just the other store right there. Now we're going to the other part. This one's cool too. See, they're building more stuff out here. Used to have tanks and stuff out here. Now everything's getting moved inside. That way everything's connected. You don't even have to walk outside anymore. So this is the original part of that building. There's the original museum. They built back in 2000. And all these other ones were added within the last 5-10 years. There, I even got a door holder. Messerschmitt.
Whoa.
There's a mess.
Screaming.
There's a mess of Messerschmitts.
They must be screaming.
Road to Tokyo. Alright, well, let's start on the right. They were working on this 5 years ago, so I don't know what this looks like. I might be going backwards. Here's the surrender. Aftermath of largest weapon ever made, ever used. And I pray we never have to use anything like this again. I'm going back in time. This museum's pretty cool. Got some cool stuff.
After nearly 3 months of intense fighting, the Americans finally cleared the island. Back home, growing lists of war dead fill the nation with grief. Among the names is the Commander-in-Chief, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who dies in April 1945. FDR's successor, Harry S. Truman, now faces a monumental decision. If the Japanese are willing to sustain such heavy losses to protect a small island, he can only imagine what they will do to defend their home. President Truman tells his advisors that he wants to prevent movement and Okinawa, the land of Japan, to be ours.
Museums do not promote war. Museums try to remind people what happened to prevent war. so we don't have to ever go through this situation again. Set up like a blown out structure.
With the Filipino people and has vowed to return as a liberator. He will get his chance.
B-40 Warhawk was the fastest American airplane at the beginning of the war. Again, I'm not making a video to promote any type of war, but to show why we do not need to go back to war. Excuse the blurriness. The phone's actually self-adjusting. There we go. You gonna hear it? Yeah, I'm sweating trying to hold that. Drop my umbrella. We went backwards. It's all right. Sometimes it's good to go back in time from the end to the beginning. I feel sorry for any member of the military, anything, that have to go through any type of conflict. I've been there, done that.
In China, they commenced a massive 8-month assault that comes dangerously close to bringing the national army to its knees. But somehow, the Chinese managed to hold on. Over the course of the war, the Chinese suffer staggering military and civilian casualties. But China's sacrifices tie down 1 million Japanese soldiers, enabling the Americans to accelerate their drive across the Pacific. In 1931, Japan moves to systematically subjugate China. First, it invades Manchuria from occupied
Love these signs.
Then the Japanese set their sights on greater
There's some grass in there.
and the fighting escalates to a full-scale war. Starting engagement.
By this point, though, the American people are building planes and ships in such fervor that both Pacific campaign.
There was also another D-Day, Battle of Midway. You know that? It happened a couple days right before European invasion. Some weapons, the Marine Corps and Army, and the Japanese military.
They are the Army and Marine Engineers and the Naval Construction Battalions, better known as the Seabees.
CBs.
Success in the Pacific depends on their ability to create forward bases in no time and out of land. These engineers and constructors slice through impossibly tangled ground in the earth.
Going through another structure as they have it set up. Look at this.
Doesn't it feel like you're hiking on a work?
Hmm?
Does it feel like a hiking a work?
So this is how I want to do our screen.
Their ships tear into the airways with heavy
shells. Then the ground attacks commence. Japanese soldiers come charging out of the darkness across the sandbar, straight moving guns. The morning light reveals carnage that stuns the young Americans.
Our regiment had killed something like 900 of them. Most of them lay in clusters or heaps. We could not escape the smell. We could not sleep.
The Marines realize this enemy intends to fight to the last moment.
Mouth is dry, and your heart is racing,
The Marines
and
will
wonder how you're gonna perform.
And the bombardments, never let up. We were bombarded almost every night.
In the summer of 1942, the Japanese are continuing their push across the South Pacific, taking island after island.
I'm going on a carrier now.
Hey, do I get to see Uncle Wolfie?
There's the helm. I want to see the steer. And this completes part 4. Next will be the European theater. Stay tuned for part 5.